better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. We're here to speak with our new friend.
Hi, my name's Alan Kemp. I'm from Horse and Round. It's a little business that we run where we raise sheep for the wool, and we take the wool, we clean the wool, we comb the wool, and we turn it into fluff that goes to be spun into threads, threads turned into yarn, and then we make various things out of it.
Excellent.
Here I am weaving, and actually I'm using cotton because we're actually wanting the strength in this thing, because this is meant to be a dog lead or something along that line. So we want something that doesn't stretch. So yeah, this is a Swedish band loom. It is a loom made specifically to turn out long lengths of straps and trim and band and things along that line.
This is gorgeous work and all hand done. It is impressive.
It's actually mid-20th century, but it does a very similar product as the card weaving, which they've found wooden bone cards in Viking era graves. And so we know they did the card weaving. But it does very narrow ribbon trim kind of stuff. And the ink loom is a little bit more portable. Historically, this, would be more of a backstrap style where one end is attached to you, the other is attached to a stationary object like a tree or a post or something.
What I'm doing is I'm working on a triangle, which is a relatively modern invention. They've only been around a century, maybe a century and a half, if that. But it's unlike more traditional looms that have separate warp and weft. This is warp and weft all in one, so it's a very time and material efficient way to weave fabric. They do come in different sizes. This is an 18-inch, and it creates these smaller triangles that I can then sew into larger pieces that I can then turn into something like a blanket or even make a dress out of.
Excellent. So we'll come on over and take a look at how it's done.
So I take my little hook. This just happens to be a crochet hook, and I just weave it up through the strands until I get to the top. And I grab my yarn up here, wrap it around, and pull it through. And I hook it onto the peg on one side, bring it across, and hook it on the other side. And then I take my super period beater comb and I just straighten the yarn out. And then I start again. And I just keep going back and forth until I finish the triangle. And it works from the outside in, so eventually I'll get to the middle and I'll finish it off. And I can do one of these in about an hour. If I just sit down and concentrate on my weaving. It's catching a little bit, which is common. Oh, that's because I caught the one of the flies. There we go. So I can, as I said, I can do one of these in about an hour. My friend Kathy has a 7-foot triangle that she can do a full-size triangle straw in anywhere from a little less than a day to a day and a half, depending on how she finishes it. And you can actually see an example of it in her shop right now. It's a lovely charcoal gray and green wool. And eventually, it will turn into one of these, what I'm working on right now. And I can change the colors, or do just solid. When I'm done, there's only a little bit of waste. Again, depending on how often I change the colors. This one I have more waste than this one here, where it's just the two ends. This is where I started. This is the bottom of the triangle. But I can, it's just a solid triangle of fabric that I can then assemble into something bigger.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
The first question I have is, what are you working on today?
I'm working on just a little bit of embroidery. I am using modern materials, embroidery floss, a little bit of linen.
Mm-hmm. Embroidery.
Alright, well, so I guess I'll start with this one. So it's both a applique and embroidery. So the tree is actually, if you touch it, it's just slightly fuzzy, but I liked how it gave me a slightly fuzzy texture finish for this. But it's all appliqued. You know, you can see all the hand stitch work that holds it together, and then the leaves and the runes over the top of that. I actually made. There's a bug on there. Ugh, gross.
It's attracted to the beauty too. It can't help it.
So I actually made this embroidered panel several years ago, and it was on. So this whole front panel is called a ceremonial panel, and I actually had it up here, but it was being obstructed by all the beads and stuff, so I took it apart and I remade it so that it's down on the bottom where you could actually see it rather than it getting obstructed. But yeah, one of the great things about embroidery is that, and applique in this case, is you can end up with something really, really cool. You don't have to be a whole lot skilled at it. It just takes time, so it's a commitment to keep at it, you know, until your project is finished. So I mean, after all, it's just you put your needle where you want it. That's all the skill there is in it, really, and the patience to, if you put it in, you pull your embroidery floss through, it doesn't quite end up where you want, then you pull it out and you do it again. So, you know, time consuming and patience. If you can do that, then you can do this. So there's also, so this is embroidery and applique. I also like to kind of go a little bit multimedia. So I've got beads in here, the little bit of light purple. This is a chain stitch embroidery, which gets you a lot of fill on top of the fabric really quickly. It's definitely faster than doing this sort of thing, which is a satin stitch, done with really short stitches, but yes. I've got, I think that's like a purple sunstone. It's a sparkly thing. It's the same ones that are on here. So, yeah, and a little bead to hold it in place. So I have these little bits all through the hem on that dress, on the apron dress.
That is gorgeous. All handmade.
Yeah, all handmade. Well, some of it is machine stitched, but I did it all myself. So, sorry.
That counts. That's right.
Oh, wow.
Import dogs from Norway anymore. They will not give them to you, and if you're in America, they will not give them to you. So if we keep a girl, I would keep her and breed her and to Canadian lines, because the Canadian lines have Norwegian lines. So they're going to be more authentic and
Breeding them as pets, not as show dogs.
Because we just think they're really cool, and they're actually endangered. There's less than 5,000 of them worldwide. Which again, the gatekeeping thing does not make sense to me. So I'm like, I want people to know that they're here. Like a lot of people don't know what they are, and I think that they're really.
And you're local here?
Yeah, we're in Arlington. Easy for you to say. We're in Arlington.
And where can we find you?
On Facebook, Cope and Ranch Elk Hounds. There's a page set up.
Just do that.
Or on Instagram, he has a Instagram page called Life of Fezzik.
Life of Fezzik.
He's named after the Princess Bride.
Love that.
It's the hilt is weighted, so it's actually balanced.
And then first finger up over that loop. Like that? And it gives you a lot more tip control.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we don't necessarily do fairs like we're here.
Yeah.
We hold themed events within the organization. Okay. Hi, I'm Tyralian from the County of Stormhold of the Empire of Medieval Pursuits. We are a historical reenactment society, so we do medieval combat, we have full camping, artisans, musicians, really anyone who wants to explore something from the past. And we come together and we have contests and competitions with other chapters and really just have a good time and explore the past in a more realistic sense.
Last person standing.
Fight for glory!
Get this for a second.
And he would have an emotion and he didn't know how to be anything other than.
Did you guys make these tents?
So we've at least made part of every single one that we have here. Like with mine here, I purchased the canvas, but I made the frame. His here is basically the same. The canvas was purchased for him, and then he made the frame of it. Theirs down there, they actually did make all the way. They bought 2 colors of canvas, sewed them together, made the entire frame and their awning for it. So we've had a hand in at least all of these, but elements of them were purchased.
They're lovely. I absolutely admire them.
Thank you.
Can you tell me about your group?
Yeah, so our individual group here is called Jornborg, which is Old Norse for Iron Fortress, Iron Village, that couple different translations of Borg. Yeah. We're one of the 9 groups that comprise the Northwest Viking Alliance, which is a living history organization that does events throughout the Northwest. We have member groups up in BC, Canada, over in Idaho, down in Portland. And most of our membership is in the Puget Sound region of Washington State.
Yeah.
So we do a variety of events like this. We've done markets. We just did a combination of a Viking market and beer festival down in Portland a few weeks ago.
So cool. I'm sad I missed that one.
It was fun. We've done demos at the Nordic Heritage Museum in Ballard. Yeah, we've done like private events, public events. We usually have a private gathering every summer for all of our groups to come together, and we do classes, demonstrations, markets, and stuff like that.
Tell us again where to reach you.
So, easiest way to reach our organization is through Facebook. We have a page there, the Northwest Viking Alliance. You can find us there. I think it's northwestvikingalliance@gmail.com is our email. My group, Yarnborg, you can find on Facebook or Instagram. The spelling of that is JARNBORG. And you'll find us on any sort of social media, at least those two.
Excellent, thanks.
Yep.
I'm gonna go get a look at y'all tents since you got them set up so lovely like. I mean,
So in mine here, I have it pretty well set up. So I have a slat bed in there.
all right, so this is your tent and all your accurate stuff in here. Your slat bed, very cool. Very, very cool.